Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm pretty sure we're live, but I'm actually not too sure, so I want to double check on that. I'm just going to open up a random stream and see if we are online. Yeah, we are. We're good. Okay, everybody. Welcome to Core Squares. Another day, another dollar. I'm just going to grab my water. I'll be right back. All right. Hey there, Evan. Evan, good to see you again. Welcome. Hope you had a good day. Evan Ahmed. Let me see if I can pull you up. What are you doing up in the middle of the day? Evan, help me with your username. Never mind, I think I got it. You are Evan Ahmed. Found it. Thanks. Appreciate you. Why are you up at the crack of dawn? It's kind of wild. All right, I'm sending a challenge right now to you. Good luck. Here we go. All right, we're going to kick things off with e4. We'll play c6. Caro-Kann. Good stuff. Classical. We have a, technically not a classical, exchange variation, but the Caro-Kann is a classical opening. Knight f6, bring it out. Let's bring out the bishop. We'll play e6. All right, the knight here is hit twice, so we have to protect it. So let's go ahead and play queen to b6. Add some protection. Also putting some pressure here. Can't take it, of course. It's guarded by the queen, but it's good to have that pressure. All right, a4 probably is trying to go for a5. But I'm going to play a6. See what the bishop wants to do. If they hit my queen, I'm just going to go back here. I'm a little bit concerned of the bishop coming there in that point, but okay, they don't do it, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's go ahead and grab that bishop. And I think my position here is excellent. I don't think that b3 is the most accurate move because, okay, I wish I could play my bishop here, but I'm going to play pawn to e6. I'd love to get my bishop in over here. Okay, they castle. It's all about the timing, so it works out because this didn't happen yet on the board. All right, what to do now? I guess I'll just develop my bishop like normal. Let's go over here and then castle. Castle next is what I want to do. All right, this pawn is glued down because of this pin. So I could potentially attack the knight twice and take it, but all right, let's just castle for now. Kingside safety is super important. And they know that too. They're going to back away and get out of the pin. Let's go ahead and play pawn to c5 and start opening things up. I think we can get away with taking here. Let's do it. Let's take and open things up for the rook at some point. I think we have to take here unless we go here, but then that leads to that. So let's go ahead and take that bishop. They'll probably take the pawn with the queen. Yep. Makes sense. But now we can start developing our bishop, our rooks, rather. Okay, the rook comes into play. Let's double up. Rook c7, rook c8. And we're going to put a lot of pressure here on this semi-open c-file. That is a free knight. That's just a free knight. We will gladly take that. Big oops. Big oops. That's what happens when you play chess at 3:45 in the morning. Yeah, this game is pretty much all over. What to do now? I could take... No, I can't, because the knight actually guards the rook. I'm just going to trade. Let's take. And we may as well take it here. The pawn cannot take. Let's go here and threaten to fork. We just have to be mindful of our own back rank, and we should have this game in the bag. Let's go here. Hit that queen. If the queen like comes here and tries for my back rank, I'm just gonna exactly. He's trying for my back rank. I'm just gonna make a quiet move like there, and I'm chilling. Let's go with this, hitting the queen here. Okay, we take back this way, threatening that. Let's take. We're just going to win all the pawns. We'll go here and back. This, and move. That's why I played h6, to give my king a nice cubby hole, so I don't ever have to worry. We take. Hey, Fahad, you're missing a J. And we have resignation. So that means we update our score to a 1 in the beginning. All right, Fahad, you're up next. I gotta clear the queue out, because for some reason this is number 3, when you're really number 1. Okay, next again. Fahad, it is good to see you. Sure, take your time, Fahad. And Seth was from yesterday, so we do next again. Good game there, Evan. All right, now Fahad, you're on. Can we play till then? Fahad just challenged me, so now is then. But if the queue is totally empty after Fahad plays me, then sure. Well, this is a rated game. Don't challenge me to a rated game. We should play an unrated game. I sent you the challenge. All right, here we go. We're gonna kick things off with e4. You played good up until that blunder. All right, in this line, we sacrificed the knight. And they pounced on that, so I guess they know what they're doing here. Hey, Ronald, nice to meet you. Good day. Welcome to Core Squares. All right, the king is hit. The king is hit. I guess we back up. If knight comes in. Uh-oh, is my internet down? Can you guys hear me? It says I'm disconnected. Let me refresh. Okay, we take. I don't know what that was, but I'm down a pawn. So it looks like they've done some homework on this line. Must have caught me. But you know what? I have the bishop pair. I have the pawn in the center. I feel like I'm okay. Maybe chess.com had a weird glitch there. I don't know. Let's bring in the rook. Maybe pawn to g3, bring up the king, and then double up the rooks. I think that's decent. Let's do it. You didn't have any issues? Whatever. I'm glad the stream is okay. Hey, R&B. Take care, Ivan. Have a good day. Enjoy your rest. You need the sleep. It's 3:45 a.m. for you, so have a good night. All right, I'm targeting the pawn over here. It's not so easy to defend that. All right, they bring out the bishop. Nice move. That works because it gives the rook a little bit more space. Yep. Yep, all good. My opponent knows what they're doing for sure. Let's go with bringing the knight back. It was kind of useless over there. Nope, not for me. For Evan Ahmed. I would not be up at 3:45 a.m. No way. I want to go here next. Hit the bishop. And the knight's on a good square. Hello to you. All right, let's go here. Let's see if the bishop takes the pawn on a2. It would be a horrible move because I can lock him in like that. That's the classic Bobby Fischer mistake. I'm kind of shuffling here. I don't really have a good direction of what to do. Maybe bring up the king. This move, this pawn here is isolated, so I'm going to give it up. He's going to take with the knight next. Let's move our bishop over here. I'd love to play this king move and double up. That is the plan. And I need to play a little bit faster because I am running a little bit down on time. Tough game. I'm down a pawn, so I don't want to do any trades. Yeah, I really don't want to do trades, but if he's going to force the issue, sure, he could take my rook and king takes. Whatever. Whatever. Let's move the king back. Now, I don't want the bishop to come here, so if the knight moves, that's what he's going to try. Knight moves, maybe I'll play like bishop e4. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to try. Let's move the bishop over here. Take some control over this diagonal. I don't want the bishop coming in and skewering my king and rook. We'll come here. Bishop takes bishop is definitely going to happen. Hey there, Emma. Emma Gaming. AKA Craig. Craig in the house. Alright. Fahada's doing really good. But will he manage this time trouble? Let's bring out the rook. The rook is going to come play and say hello. We'll go here with the knight, get it into the action. All right, let's throw in this punch at the knight. Where is he going? Knight here next, hitting the rook, hitting the pawn. I think we get the pawn back. So now we are back in the game. We're not down a pawn anymore. And we have a better pawn structure. Let's go with this move. Okay, I don't want that pawn getting chopped off. But I happened to blunder. But could I go? Oh, I'm in check. I made a bad blunder. I just gave up a piece. But hold on, maybe I could do some magic with my knight. My single knight that I have left. Maybe I can make something happen. I just need to play fast, and I'm pretty sure I could flag my opponent. But this game is not really going my way. Tricky. Wow. This is coming down to the wire. I need to focus. Oh no. I'm convinced I can flag my opponent. I just don't want to lose on time. Let's see. I won! If he took that pawn, it would have been a draw. Actually, no, I had this pawn over here. But, wow, I flagged him. Let's go. I get the dub. I did not deserve... I had no business winning that game. I got the dub. Let's go. Oh my god. I'll take that. We keep our win streak. Let's go. R&B, that's not my... It's not up to me That would be up to who's in front of you, which is, let's see, Ronald. Ronald, it's up to you. I mean, it's your choice, Ronald. If you want to give up your spot for R&B to play, otherwise you're entitled to your spot. So I'll leave it up to you, Ronald. Are you still here, by the way? Can you just confirm if you're here or not? And then let me know what you want to do about R&B's requests. We'll give him 15 seconds to answer. Otherwise, we will be moving on to the next player, which may be R&B. All right, 15 more seconds. Ronald, are you here? I see someone named Naya Biz. If you're watching right now, you need to join the queue. Ronald, I don't think you're here, so we're going to move on to the next person, which happens to be R&B. So it's your lucky day. It is your lucky day, R&B, aka Yummy Apple Time 123. I totally misspelled that. Yummy Apple Time 123. No, I didn't write it right. Let's see. I have a database. You're in it. Yummy Time Apple 123. Yummy. I missed. I put the. Oh, Ronald, that was you? Guys, Ronald sent the request. Send it again. I didn't know who that was. I saw a random challenge from someone. Ronald, can you do it again? Or put in your chess.com username. Sorry, R&B, but Ronald did get himself in the queue first. So we're going to play him. Unless if he's okay with it, but it's totally up to Ronald. Come on, Ronald. And no worries, Emma Gaming. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. There we go. Okay, so Ronald is in Naya Biz. He's a 1630. Good luck, Ronald. All right, we have a London system. I like to see this. When do I stream? Usually around this time. Against the London system, I like to attack that bishop right away with bishop d6, castle. And the ultimate goal here is to go for an e5 pawn break. We'll go here, queen c7. And we'll go here. Knight in. All of these moves that I'm doing are pointing towards an e5 break. And he takes, and this isn't the most accurate move because this is just allowing me to play this. This move, okay, I'm just going to play this anyway. Yeah, I'm playing Ronald right now. This is Ronald. That's a fork. He blundered fork. Yeah, you're on deck, R&B. You're right after this, and I'm up a piece. So, shouldn't be too much longer. Okay, let's come here. I probably should have just chopped off that rook, but I'm all for this. All right, I'm going to take the rook now and then come in with my other rook. Dominate that e-file. Let's go ahead and bring in the knight. Why not? Maybe queen f4? Okay, more trades. I'm connecting my pawns. I'm cool with this. The knight is pretty strong, but I'm just going to support this pawn over here with my pawn. It should be okay. He definitely does not want to give up his last minor piece. That would be a horrible idea. Let's see what to do. Maybe this move makes sense. Get the knight a little bit more active into the game. Maybe I push the pawn at some point. Do I do it now? Let's take first, see where he's at. Yeah, the puzzles that I do, I don't write them myself. I find them. I do like chess.com puzzles and I pick good ones. Sometimes I go through a lot to find good ones. Yeah, I show the answers of it. I start it off, I say, can you find the checkmate or whatever? And then I would reveal it. And it's like a quick, bite-sized thing. All right, my queen is all up in white's business. My queen has infiltrated on the second rank. What are they going to do about it? Are they going to trade? Ooh, they block with their rook. That's actually solid. That's a good move. I have to back up, but let's go here now, and there's a pin going on. Maybe I attack it this way, offer some more trades. Let's see. Tricky position for white to hold. This is not going to be easy for my opponent at all. Let's go here. Threaten to mate in one. Otherwise, we do some trades. And I am so cool with that. I'm up a piece. Trades are worth it. Boom. Give me that trade. Now I have to use this bishop. Really, just going for the more trades. If I take the queen here, it will be pretty strong. But maybe I could back up here. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's go here and then queen here. And I'd love to play like queen e6 or something like that. I'm up with that bishop now. Let's get the king active. All right, let's take. And we go push the pawn. Passed pawns are meant to be pushed. So we push. Let's make some magic happen. This supports this move. So let's do it. Challenge that queen. Where's the queen going? Okay, if they're not careful, I'm just going to push again. But hold on, I want to protect the queen coming in. All right, this is going to get tricky, guys. Let's play this and that check, and we pick up this pawn. We have a fork to pick up a pawn. Let's do it. My max rating online, bullet, I think the most I was 2,100. USCF, my highest was like 1,750. This central pawn was good because I was kind of scared of these two pawns, but now I removed all bite from the position. This and then this is just absolutely devastating threat. There's like no more checks that white has. They can take the pawn, sure, but they get mated. Either here or here. They're just toast. I know I have short time, 26 seconds left, but this is just a game over situation. Let's take. All right, now we have a situation where I think my pawn is a lot faster. I would have just pushed the pawn. And we get the dub. My opponent resigned. So that said, we're going to update our winning streak from 2 to 3. Let's go. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Quare. Quare1. Appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you, Swedish Meatballs. I'm seeing a lot of new faces here in my stream. Good to see you all. Emma Gaming, you are up. Oh, you did say you had to head to bed. No problem. I will skip you since you're no longer here. All right. Let's see who's next. R&B didn't... Oh. R&B, you're up. R&B, you're up. Queue's empty anyway. I forgot we did the little flip-flop. Yummy Time Apple. Sending you the challenge right now. Here we go. Can I keep my win streak? Eamon, I'm new in chess. Some advice is to be a pro player. My advice for you is to do private coaching with me, and I can help you out. If you go to coursesquares.com, hit me up. But in actuality, what I would suggest you do is get really good at tactics over anything. Tactics training will help you out a ton. Here we take. We sacrifice that knight. And we're going to have this again. Kind of what Fahad played. Same line. Let's go here. King G1. And now we protect everything. Bishop E3. And this is very solid for me. Can you join it? So only when the queue is totally empty, then I may open it up for rematches. Otherwise, no. Let's go with this move. Maybe this. Where can you find this tactic? So the best site for tactics is going to be Chess Tempo. ChessTempo.com. And it's free. That is by far the best website for tactics. Watch videos. Yeah, I would recommend John Bartholomew. I'll type it in the chat. ChessTempo.com. That's my recommendation. Let's go here. Tickle the queen a little bit. Oh, this was actually a mistake because the queen could have took the pawn with check and then the knight would have took after. All right, let's just back it up. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, you got it. Anytime. If you want to know more, happy to connect with you. You too, Eamon. All the best. You're about to say, why were you hanging a pawn? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy talking about chess tempo to pay attention to my own hanging pawns. All right, let's play a rook f1. Get this other rook into the game. Maybe pawn to g3 at some point. All right, what are they doing with that queen? Let's go with... I could go here and just ask this bishop what he wants to do. Where's that bishop going? Okay. Now what? Maybe queen, maybe bishop over here, hit the queen. Tough position for us. It's not so clear what to do. I would love to come back here and push. He may go back. That would be a little annoying. But if he does that, I may reroute my knight. Knight e2 and go in for that. That is the plan. If he does nothing with the queen, I might push and open things up. Interesting. Very interesting. If I take, bishop takes. I'm going to try. Let's see what happens. Let's take bishop takes. We'll take this way. Knight takes. Let's go in this way. Should we play bullet because you're going to go to sleep? Depends if anyone else would be in the queue. Let's play... This is tough. My opponent's playing pretty well. Let's go here. My knight's active. I don't think anyone else is in the queue, but wait till this game is done before someone hops in before, then they get priority. All right, what is going on here? I have to start playing faster. This is kind of turning into a bullet game. Jace, you're in. Thanks, Quare. Appreciate you, as always. This is getting very shaky for my king. Let's go here to add some defense. Now my queen doesn't necessarily have to be a babysitter. Let's go here. Tough game. Tough game. All right, I think we can take with the queen, but after queen takes here, there's that. That could be problematic. What to do? You know what? Let's do it. I have 19 seconds. I have to flag my opponent. So let's go here. Let's try this. We are going to try this. Ah, dumb blunder. I'm just blundering all my pieces. Oh my god. I'm lost. Yummy apple time has got me good. I really have nothing left to play for. That's going to be an L. I have nothing. I don't know how I let this happen. I just got kind of outplayed. Yeah, good game there. Time to update our record. First loss of the day. Good job, Yummy. RNB. I want to take a look at that. See what I may have missed here. You had a brilliant move, Yummy. That was this. Yeah, that was a brilliant move. I didn't see it. That was awesome. Because this bishop is overloaded. And you have two pieces here that are pointing at that rook. Very good find. Very good find. Jace, you're up next. Jace Miller. Yeah, once you have an attack going, it's good to find good moves. There is a saying in chess, never allow your opponent to show you what they're capable of. Which just means try to shut everything out. Easier said than done, of course. But that is the name of the game. Here we go, Jace. Good game indeed. Alright, we're starting things off with pawn to e4. Hey, Rewinds. Good to see you. We'll play the two knights attack. We take, and we'll go bishop b5. How are you doing today, Rewinds? Let's go with this move. Castle. Normal move. We have to do better. No more silly blunders. Let's back up the bishop. I probably should have took and hurt the pawn a little bit, but I like maintaining the pressure of the pin. I'm doing okay on time. Things should be fine. Let's play rook e1. It's a universal move. Good to get the rook developed. Let's go with playing pawn d4. Finally establishing some more center control. And bishop g5, pinning this way as well. Okay, there's castle, so there's no more pin here. But okay, let's back this up. Similar concept on this side, but now we're doing it on this side. Alright, they are pinning me too. There's a lot of pins all the way around. But I think now what I should try to do is capture the knight, which is defending that square. That'll undefend the knight from that square, allowing me to plant my knight over here. And the reason I want to do that is to maybe think about knight g4 to add an attacker on the pin. Take care, Fahad. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Yeah, now let's plant a knight here. Now we're threatening this. And we're also threatening that. We have some interesting stuff. I like my knight there on e5. I think it's pretty powerful. Hey, Zane. Welcome. Good to see new people here. Alright, the queen is coming in. I have some options. I could take the knight and hurt the pawn structure and maybe they go here next. Or I could go here first. I'm not too thrilled about that. Or I could play bishop g3 and maybe threaten some discoveries. but the queen can just move somewhere, and then I'm going to do this now. It's a little bit more immediate. After the pawn takes, I think I will play knight g4. And this pawn structure is just going to be damaged and hurt. Fahad is the only one that clicked on like. That move doesn't seem good to me. This move, I'm going to make an in-between move. I'm not just going to capture right away because he can capture here. Instead, what I'm going to do is go queen g4. Threaten a checkmate. And then to address it, they're going to have to push it. They'll create some serious dark squared weaknesses. And at that point, then I can capture back the bishop. That's the plan. I'm the man with the plan. Maybe I could ignore capturing the bishop and instead go in for that dark squared weakness. Well, if here, maybe this. Because then if they take the rook, I can take here, and then this checkmate is kind of unstoppable. Zane asks a good question. Any tips on how to be good at bullet? I'm super good with time. I can think properly, but bullet, I just mess everything up. All right, so they messed up here, speaking about messing up. Because that doesn't address this checkmate threat. They had to push that pawn. Zane, my best advice specifically for bullet is to play a lot of bullet. Get an established rating, and it'll start pairing you against people at your level. Keep playing, and that's the only way you can get better. Do pre-moves and stuff like that. Good game, Jace. Time to update our text. 2, 4. Missed that checkmate. Yeah. What you had to do in that position was push the pawn to like here instead of capturing, to play even g5. G5 would have held on. You're still worse here because now you're down the piece, and at that point I can recapture, and you don't have time to recapture here. So it's kind of all over either way, but you made it faster by missing the checkmate. Maybe we can play Blitz when I'm free. Are you free right now? Because I think our queue is empty. Or no. I think Rewinds is in. You'd be after Rewinds if you want to play me. Rewinds, you're up. RPD Nej RFC. Here we go. Let's get a game. Zane, I also do coaching on the side. So if you're interested in having me as a private coach, I'm down for that. You could access my site at coursquares.com and reach out to me from there. Take care, R&B. Thanks for the game. No, it's not for free, unfortunately. But if you want for free, just hang out in my stream and you'll learn a lot just by being here. Talk to me privately. We'll connect. All right, let's go hit that bishop and bring out the pawn. Like that. Kind of an equalish position here with an early queen trade, so I'm going to have to make some stuff happen. Probably bishop f4 next. Put the rook on e1. This is an open file for me, so I'm going to try to get some rooks over there. Hard for black to make a plan too. It's not easy for either side. All right, the pawn has moved. Let's go here. Develop that bishop. And now our rooks are talking to each other. They're connected. All right, what to do now? I kind of feel like I can make something happen, but it's just hard to see what. I could take, of course. And then if rook takes maybe knight here. There's no bite to it, though. What about knight here? Rook comes here. And then my knight's a tad awkward. Can't say I'm a fan of that either. I think this makes a little bit of sense. Putting the knight... Oh, okay, yeah, this is good for me now. Because now this pawn is a bit damaged. Let's go here. Zane, I appreciate that. Means a lot to me. Alright, that blunder's bad. On multiple levels. One, it's giving up the rook. And two, if they try to like recapture the knight, then this bishop hangs. And if the bishop takes my bishop, then knight can just take back. So I would just be up a full rook here. I am going to be up a full rook. I'm taking a piece. There we go. Give me that. Like, in the middle game, you might not know exactly what move to play. So just make normal developing moves and wait and see what happens. Because the position is going to change. So don't, like, put every brain power that you have inside the stage where you just finished developing your pieces and don't really know what to do next. Yes, of course you should think about, like, long-term plans and stuff like that. But you might not always have it. Blend. I'd be happy to play you. Just do !join in the chat to claim your stake in my queue. And sub to my channel. And then we'll get a game. Alright, I have a minute left, but I mean, I'm up a piece here. A full rook. So I'm just going to double up my rooks. I'm going to use my extra rook and shove it in their face. In the king's face. Not their actual face. I have nothing against rewinds. But in chess, you gotta be brutal. Every time I do a mistake, then I'll realize after I do it. That means you're playing impulsively. That's a free rook. I pretty much live stream every day. During the weekdays, it's around this time. During the weekend, it's a bit all over the place. I'm just gonna start trading down. And you know what? Give me that knight. Because what's left are just the king and a bunch of pawns, and I can easily scoop them up with my rook. Hey, Adu, join the queue. Do !join. Same with you, Alex. Do !join in the chat. And if you're in the queue, just sub to my channel, because I only play people that are subbed. And we'll get a game. Let's go here. Let's go there. If I'm only gonna accept 3 more people into the queue. And then I'm going to close it off. So make sure you guys, if you want to play me, do !join inside the chat. We have a resignation. Yeah, there's too many pieces that he lost. Good game, though, rewinds. I think, Alex, you're up next, since no one else did join yet. Alex, what is your chess.com? Adu, awesome. I'm allowing 1 more person to join the queue before I close things off. Are there any normal tips to help me get better? I mean, depending on your skill level right now, my tips for you could be very different. I don't know if you even know how to play chess or barely, like, knowing how to play, or if you're advanced. Your level, like, I don't know anything about you. So, like, if we play a game or something, I'll have a better idea. All right. I think next up we got Alex Roberts. Alex, thanks for sharing your username. Your rating is 1500, so yeah, exactly. You could be a really strong 1500 in some areas and like weaker in some others, but it can be quite challenging to know exactly where without playing and without doing a deeper dive. All right, let's go ahead and play Alex Alberts. Alexander the Not So Great. Love the username. Do the ! first, join. Blend. !join. Played with your noobs friends, your noob. If you're beating your noob friends, that's a good sign. Awesome, cool. Once you're in the queue, I'm going to close it off. You guys are all locked in. Abdullah, you want to join in also? Tell me. I have the command written out for closing the queue. Let's go here. What time can you play? You have a few people behind you. Make sure you're subbed to my channel. How much time can I play? 3 minutes is the most, or any time under that. All right, we have Caro-Kann advanced. Let's bring out the queen. I'm going to give 15 seconds for any stragglers to want to join my queue. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Abdullah, you're in. Awesome. Just let me know your chess.com username when it's your turn, and we'll get a game. All right, let's go for this. All right, now we're closing off the queue. Where is that bishop going? Is the bishop trapped? The bishop goes... Interesting. That's a way to save it. But actually, I have this move. Now, if the bishop backs up, I take the knight. This bishop is overloaded. Do they have rook over here? They might have. Okay, the knight is actually on here. Nice move. Could I take it, though? Maybe I take the pawn. You can't understand anything? I'm too good? I'll try to explain it better. I'm playing someone that's pretty good, too. So... yeah, there's so many levels to chess. And sometimes when people talk, I don't know what they're saying either. I have a passed pawn here. Well, actually not a passed, but it's extended. It's not passed because of this pawn here, but I think c4 looks nice. Let's go with this. I do have an extra pawn. I'll take it. Maybe back up the bishop. Okay, they're just damaging their kingside. They're asking to be attacked. You know what? Let's go actually bishop e4. Start putting some pressure on the kingside. That looks like a free pawn. Am I going to be greedy and take it? Hell yeah, I am. I'm not worried about any discoveries with this bishop on here. I appreciate that, Zane. Yeah, chess is hard. It's a tough game. All right, let's simply move the queen. And now, because we've put pieces closer to the king, it's starting to get dangerous for white. And I'm threatening the knight, of course. Hey, Nick YT. Good to see you. That move is solid. That move is very solid. Never mind. But if the pawn takes, I'm going to play queen here. And we at least get a pawn over here. And then their kingside is going to be severely damaged. We're going to throw in another check just so the king is over here. And then I'm going to push the pawn. And threaten that. This is incredibly dangerous for my opponent. And if they ever move their rook here to hit the queen, then my queen going here will be a checkmate. This is absolutely devastating for my opponent. Okay, this actually doesn't bother me at all because this is checkmate. It's a discovered checkmate because it unlocks the rook onto the king and there's nowhere for the king to go. Doesn't matter that my queen is hanging. That's quite the checkmate on the board. T Hill, unfortunately, you've joined at the tail end of my stream, so you'll have to catch me next time. Thank you, Swedish. I appreciate you. Yeah, sorry, T Hill. If you joined like an hour earlier or something like that, then we can play. Abdu. All right, here we go. Adu B, aka Abdnu. How is that checkmate? Can you explain? Yeah, it's going to be hard to explain without you seeing it. But what I did was after the pawn took, the rook behind that pawn was opened up, and it gave a check to the king. So whenever you give a check, it doesn't always have to be the piece that's attacking it. It can open up the piece behind it. You say I'm cutting off, Abdullah? Where am I cutting off? Help me understand what you mean by that. Learn chess with Mr. Bill. Love your username. Are you a chess coach? Kind of. Me too. Welcome to the club. All right, what is going on here? Normal developing moves on both sides. Nothing too crazy yet. Oh, I forgot to update my streak here since I won the last game. So I'm updating this to 5. Do I? Yeah, put your username in the chat. What you could also do, Abdullah, is do ! join, and then after that, put a space and put a name of what your username is. Let's go with knight here. I want the knight to protect it. I do want to reroute my pieces over here to like a pin, but I didn't want bishop takes and I'd have to hurt my pawn structure. Yeah, Blitz is a beast. Let's go here. See what I'm saying? If the bishop were to take now and the knight were still back here, I would have to take with the pawn. And I mean, this is just super ugly for my king. That's why I put the knight here. Now I have some pressure. I moved my pieces over here to put some pressure this way. And okay, he takes this way, I take back with the knight. And now I'm threatening to play like knight d5, adding another piece to the attack. And there's just so many pieces here that that black might just crumble if he lets me play it. Thanks for sharing that, Blend. Yeah, or sending a challenge is fine too, as long as it's unrated in 3 minutes. Exactly. Rook was behind, so automatically check, saying you got it. All right, they don't do anything to address this threat. This probably would have been better to address that by counterpunching the bishop. But now this, and I think this is overwhelming for my opponent. Just, I have 3 pieces attacking it. They have 2 defenders, and one of them is a queen. Not good for my opponent. I think their position is collapsing. And if they take back with their pawn, their king is just going to be so compromised. This game's going to be over in a few moves. I'm pretty sure about that. Tough position for my opponent. The pin is just devastating here. I don't know. I don't think they have any moves. I think they're just toast. One sec, guys. I'm getting a call. Thanks, guys. That was my girlfriend. What to do now? Let's go back up the bishop. We're up a queen all of a sudden. I was barely paying attention. Now we're up a queen. Let's go here. The knight seems trapped. Okay, so we take queen and 2 rooks versus the miners. Looks okay for us. And they have about 15 seconds. Let's go here. Double up. Okay, let's take... Okay, I don't want to get mated, so let's give some extra space. Extra breathing room over there. Okay, we take... I have a beautiful move. I'm going to sacrifice the rook, because if the pawn takes, that opens up the queen. And now we have a back rank checkmate. Their pawns are stuck. That was a good game. All right, updating it to 6. Next, we're going to have to play a bit of a faster time control because I do have to head out pretty soon. Blend, you're up. I do want to see who else is next. So let's open up the list. I'm going to try to get you guys in, but I have to head out pretty soon. Let's see. It's just this and one more game. All right, blend. Blend Rashid. Let's go with this. I think you just sent me a friend request. Let's see if I can find you. Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of a shorter time control because I do have to head out in a bit. Thank you, Zane. Appreciate it. Blend, do you get the challenge? Here we go. All right, this pawn move is pretty good. Let's take and see what he wants to do with that. Let's bring out the bishop. I'm going to let that pawn go. Let's castle and play d3. Opponent's playing pretty well. I want to go here and see what he does about that idea. Okay, decent move. Let's go here. All right, now this opens things up for me. Now, do I want to go here with the bishop or go here with the knight? Let's go here with the knight. Why not? I think we'll go here next. We are forking the queen and the rook. One thing I have to be mindful of is that pawn is on my rook. But let's go here. With this, we take back here. Okay, he lets me move the knight. I don't think is accurate. Let's go here. Could have also took the bishop, but the knight was hanging, so. We'll go here. I'm still not really wanting to give up that pawn structure. The king would be way open. That's a free queen. Free queen. We'll go here. We're on the bishop. Or there are also some discoveries. I don't care that the bishop's hanging this way. You know what? I'm just going to take the bishop. Why not? At this point. May as well. And we have resignation. Good game, Blinder Rashid. And we have one more game, and that's Abdullah. Oh, we have a new sub, Eduardo. Thank you for subbing. Appreciate you. Abdullah, what is your username? I think you just sent, 987 friend 789. Give me a minute time. I would like to play white, and if I can choose. Yeah, sure. That works. We can do a minute. Here we go. Abdullah. Want some bullet? I will give you some bullet. That's alright, Blend. We had a good game. Alright, I sent you the challenge. Oh, I didn't pick the color. Let me try again. Let me let you play white, because you wanted to play white. Alright, challenge sent. Wait for what? Take care, Zane. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Core Squares. Good to see you. Welcome. Abdullah, did you get it? Abdullah, I'll maybe give you like 20 more seconds. Good game, Adu. You've canceled challenges, and I guess we can't play. I could try again. It says I've sent too many challenges to you. Yeah, try. Try sending me one. Good night, Zane. Take care. See you next time. Abdullah, it's been some time. I think I'm going to have to head out. No, I'm not okay. I have to go. I have to go. We'll have to play next time. Make sure to sub to my channel, and we'll get a game. Thanks, everyone, so much for joining the stream. Hope you all have a good day. Take care. Abdullah, I'm sorry, but I have to go. We'll have to play another time. Take care, everybody.